Girl, you won't believe the newest piece of drama swirling around Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Baby, it's messier than a reality show reunion, and the tea is piping hot. Accusations, mysterious leaks, explosive confrontations. Trust me, this entire fiasco is wilder than anything you've seen on primetime. But is Blake guilty of orchestrating a scandalous smear campaign? Or is Justin pulling strings behind the scenes? Buckle up, honey, because we're about to dive headfirst into the most shocking celebrity showdown of the year. Before we get into all the shady details, let's rewind to where this chaos began. Rumor has it everything started on the set of their upcoming film, It Ends With Us. Now, a lot of folks expected Blake and Justin to be the perfect team. She's the A-list sweetheart, and he's the charming director/actor known for his feel-good personality. But oh, honey, the moment production kicked off, insiders whispered that tensions were already on the rise. Some background whispers suggested that Blake wanted to be more than just the star. Allegedly, she was eyeing creative control. Maybe she wanted to flex her directorial muscles or rewrite certain scenes. Nobody was sure where the rumors came from, but that's the story swirling in Hollywood. Meanwhile, Justin, who co-runs Wayfarer Studios, was determined to protect his vision and keep the film on track. According to some folks, that push and pull became a slow-burning fuse, just waiting for a spark. The real kicker? Soon enough, talk of serious inappropriate behavior started popping up. People began murmuring about behind-the-scenes friction that no one expected from these two big names. Everyone thought it was just hearsay, until those cryptic social media posts hinted at private documents and hidden complaints. Girl, that's when it got real. And trust, it only got more scandalous from there. Not long after the rumor mill cranked up, we got wind of something far more alarming. Actual legal battles. Blake, with her impeccable image, filed a complaint accusing Justin of questionable on-set behavior. Everything from stepping into her trailer uninvited to making sly remarks she found disrespectful. Now, you'd think an A-lister's accusations would be the final nail in someone's coffin. But hold on, sugar, the story doesn't end there. Justin fired back faster than you can blink, loudly proclaiming his innocence. He insisted that all those claims were either inflated or outright false, and that he had proof to back it up. Suddenly, hush-hush recordings, text messages, and behind-the-scenes footage started bubbling up. If you thought that was enough to stoke the flames, you're right. But here's where it gets downright outrageous. People close to Justin claimed these allegations weren't just random. They said Blake had been setting this plan in motion for months, feeding tabloids, seeding negative stories, and basically painting Justin as the villain. The question on everyone's lips? Why would Blake risk her squeaky clean rep like this? Well, baby, the speculation was that she wanted total control over her role, and Justin wasn't giving her that. If these rumors are true, we're talking about a next-level power struggle that would put any Hollywood feud to shame. And honey, we're still just scratching the surface. Now let's get into the real juicy part, those so-called leaked HR documents. Right when all this drama was at a fever pitch, screenshots of internal complaints against Justin started popping up on social media. Lord, it was like a bomb went off. These alleged SONY Pictures HR files described everything from hostile work environments to physical boundary issues. Naturally, fans went berserk, and the rumor mill kicked into overdrive. But sis, the big question was, where did these documents even come from? SONY's official response was basically, we don't know anything about that. They straight up said they had no record of formal complaints about Justin. That's when people started squinting and side-eyeing Blake. Why? Because the timing was suspiciously perfect. It landed right as she was updating her legal claims. Some folks speculated Blake's team had orchestrated the leak, or at least knew about it ahead of time. The twist? Some of the evidence in those leaked files looked off. For one, the dates were blacked out, making it impossible to confirm if these documents were even real. On top of that, Justin and his lawyers pointed out inconsistencies that screamed forgery. So either somebody inside SONY went rogue, or if Justin's side is to be believed, these papers were fabricated to frame him. Baby, either way, it's a hot mess, and trust me, the fallout did not play out the way Blake might have wanted. When these secret files and scandalous allegations started trending, you can imagine how the public, the press, and Hollywood folks all responded. Fans were divided. Some jumped on the Believe Blake bandwagon, claiming Justin's wholesome image was too good to be true. Others felt uneasy about the entire fiasco, asking why the major studio publicly denied the existence of any formal complaints. Hollywood insiders, though, were especially rattled. Girl, you know the film industry doesn't play about confidentiality. The notion that someone might leak internal HR files set off alarm bells across Tinseltown. Producers, directors, and studio execs are real cautious about anything that threatens to spill behind-the-scenes tea, especially a scandal that could label them toxic or complicit. Suddenly, people began whispering that Blake's camp might be on a warpath, and no one wants to be the next target. Meanwhile, Justin was rallying support from coworkers who claimed they never witnessed any such drama on set. Industry folks who had worked with him in the past came forward to say they found these accusations bizarre. Now, I'm not saying that automatically proves Justin's innocence, but it certainly cracked the perfect facade Blake had crafted for her story. Talk about a turning tide, honey. When the dust from those leaks tried to settle, Justin came roaring back with a vengeance. Oh, he wasn't about to roll over and let folks trash his name. His legal team slapped Blake with a countersuit, so big it made headlines in every major outlet. He accused her of orchestrating a smear campaign, attempting to defame him through falsified evidence, and possibly even crossing into civil extortion territory. Girl, that is not a small allegation. He also went after major players in the media, claiming they were complicit in fueling Blake's storyline. One huge newspaper got slapped with a massive defamation suit. That was Justin's loud and clear message that he wasn't playing around. If he was lying, you'd think he'd keep a low profile. But nope, Justin basically told the world, I've got nothing to hide, so come at me if you want, but I've got receipts. All the while, Blake's legal team doubled down, claiming Justin was just gaslighting her and using his resources to scare her into silence. They pointed to every piece of negative press about her and said, look, that's his doing. Yet, many folks noticed a pattern. Each new bombshell against Justin would surface mysteriously, only to be shot down or heavily questioned later. It was starting to look like a never-ending game of cat and mouse, with Blake always seemingly one step behind the truth. Then came the side-eye everyone gave Blake's public appearances. She showed up with Ryan Reynolds at a big event, smiling and joking about the entire fiasco in a way that rubbed some fans the wrong way. Critics said she was trivializing serious claims, especially after her own accusations included talk of emotional distress. People started labeling her tone-deaf, while others claimed she was just trying to make light of a stressful situation. Girl, that same night, a new piece of gossip made the rounds. Audio of Justin apologizing in private. Blake's supporters seized on it, saying it proved everything she'd accused him of. But context is everything. Justin's team insisted the apology was about a minor creative disagreement, not some bombshell confession. If anything, it only looked like another attempt to spin a private convo into a public condemnation. Then, oh my lord, came talk of an expanded lawsuit. One where Ryan Reynolds himself supposedly got dragged into the mix. Now, if rumors are true, Justin's side believes Ryan might have had a hand in pressuring Justin or threatening him behind closed doors. No one knows if that's legit or just chatter, but it sure added more fuel to an already raging fire. At this point, every new twist felt more outlandish than the last, leaving fans and industry players reeling in confusion. So here we stand, Sugar, two massive Hollywood names locked in a brutal battle, both refusing to back down. Blake's star power may have overshadowed Justin initially, but that tide shifted once he began dropping receipts that cast doubt on her story. Not only did he claim the so-called HR leaks were faked, he also suggested that planting false evidence is a serious offense that could come back to bite Blake and her allies. Industry insiders say if Blake is found responsible for leaking or falsifying HR documents, she could face dire legal consequences. Studios don't want to deal with that kind of liability, and producers are unlikely to trust someone who might air out private matters next time things go south. Meanwhile, Justin's public stance remains, bring it on. I've got nothing to hide. He's been ramping up his image as the victim of a mean-spirited plot, painting Blake as desperate to reclaim the spotlight she might have felt slipping away. Where does that leave us, honey? Well, the courts will ultimately decide who's telling the truth, but the damage to Blake's reputation has already begun. Even if she does manage to prove some of her claims, the questionable ways these leaks appear to have put a serious dent in her credibility. And baby, you better believe Hollywood is watching. If the new rumors are any indication, we're on the brink of more revelations that could change how Tinseltown sees Blake forever. At the heart of this whole messy saga is one burning question. When personal ambition and professional rivalry collide, how far are you willing to go to win? For Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, that line appears to have vanished in a swirl of leaked files, rumors, and legal crossfire. We've seen alleged dirty tricks, hush-hush tapes, denials, counter-denials, and enough drama to fuel a dozen seasons of the hottest reality show. But as the lawsuits roll on, the biggest bombshell might still be out there. waiting to flip the narrative once again. Whatever the final verdict, this fiasco serves as a cautionary tale for Hollywood's A-listers. What goes on behind closed doors doesn't always stay there. Sometimes it spills out for all the world to see, and trust, it can scorch everyone involved. Will this fiasco end in redemption, or will someone's career go down in flames? Only time will tell. Thanks for supporting the Gossip Wire. If you made it this far in the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more of the hottest celebrity news online.